CYNETHA Jade, back at it with another live stream. Most call me love. All right. Much love and light to you, collective. And collective is specifically who I'm actually addressing for this particular session, you guys. So if you feel like maybe you're being guided to, maybe you should already, right? And maybe you have yet to do so, subscribe and join the High Vibe Tribe, all right? It's gonna do nothing less than benefit you, your path, your walk at this thing we call life, right? So it is what it is. But you guys, I get it. I'm definitely not unmindful that not everyone is literally, literally keyword being there, subscribe to the Twin Flame journey. All right, that's okay too. Often when we do hit the niche, as it were, of that of the twin flames out of the collective energies, a lot of just relationship advice, guidance, etc. Comes out anyhow, right? And if you guys are truly part of the tribe here, as it were, right, truly tapped in, I'm not unmindful just the same. Hear me out. Could be, stands to reason that regardless of you being a twin flame or not, whether you have awareness of same or not, you may you might get something out of a little something something that we talk about throughout the session, from one to the next, you guys. All right. Now here's the sitch. If you go absolutely no way, there's definitely no way, then that's your truth. Preach, as it were, I suppose. But you do also have free will and the power just the same to make an even better truth, and definitely a better experience than what you got rocking with that when you say those things. So there's that, you guys. But nonetheless, welcome, get cozy, all right, and settle in. We are celebrating once again the ability to be on here together, all right. I'm not unmindful that, if I do say so myself, hasn't really been lining up as much as I definitely would prefer it to be, you guys. But please, nonetheless, know I'm with you in spirit and in truth. Seriously, definitely, sending love and light, eat me. And definitely continuing to ask for my prayers and petitions of protection over you all. Okay, just the same, please know that. All right, like for real, you guys. Okay, I love my collective. All right, there's no questioning that. I'm so serious. um so here's the sitch. We are talking twin flames. You could still get something out of it even if you're just you know definitely not subscribed. Not everybody is a twin flame. It's okay, because depending on the set of energies and twins and things, they might not actually have any kind of like roses and candies with which to talk about. So not necessarily something to brag over, you guys. It's not a contest, and it's definitely something not for the faint at heart. Definitely not something for the weak-minded and or the weak in spirit, right? Yet just the same, many of those specific blueprinted individuals, I say tongue-in-cheek, talking about the twin flame collective, know just the same that it may feel like the anti of what is truthfully going on. And this is why we do mindfully, keyword, tap into the energies of the twin flame collective. All right, just for like maintenance and awareness, not for blowing smoke up anywhere and or going against the grain, as it were, right? I literally just saw what I'm going to assume was a flash of lightning. That is so odd, because I don't understand why else I would have seen, unless someone's taking photos outside with a ginormous light. That was crazy, but I don't hear any thunder. Huh. You guys, are we supposed to have to hear thunder after lightning, though? Like, maybe it's not like a thing. That was crazy, though. It was so bright. And, I mean, of course I've got the ring light on, you guys, right? But it wasn't that. And I was literally looking out the window, like, actively, like, aware. That was crazy. Kind of creepy. because I still don't even hear anything like any. Oh, I do hear some rain though. Okay, we're good. Because I was like, what kind of camera flash? Like, what do I have? Paparazzi PTSD or something, you guys? Like, where? Well, I don't know what that. I was like triggering. All right, here we go. You've been told you have a soulmate. Soulmates are so much easier, eat me. But yeah, karmic soulmates are crap though. Like, I mean, I'll give you that, but even then you're learning lessons. But yeah, as far as like the soulmate that I'm usually referencing when I say some form of like ease about them, definitely not usually speaking of the karmic variety of what are termed soulmates. But you guys, soulmates get overglorified a lot, I feel. Um, and I do think that we do have like novels and other aspects of media and movies comes to mind, right, that do assist us with glamorizing just that. So I mean, I kind of get it, right? How do you know you don't know something until you actually know, right? Kind of thing. But I say it all the time. I'm like, a soulmate just means like this is not your first rodeo, and it's not their first rodeo. And by rodeo, I mean incarnation. I'm sure you well know that. But to be clear, and on top of it, you guys have contracted together, agreed, there's some form of agreement in spirit, that you would continue to not only exist in the particular realm and or realms, as well as incarnations. Gosh, this is getting into a deep rabbit hole all of a sudden. But, you know, over and over again a few times perhaps, but really not in the sense of like, hey, let's be husband and wife, let's be super besties, but in the sense of like, yeah, feel like I've known you before, and come to find out, maybe you actually like fought on the battlefield, for some logical reason. This life is far more spiritual. But I digress. I really don't want to get off into a tangent nonetheless, and keep us here all the more longer, you guys. But so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna let you guys know that if you do subscribe to being on the Twin Flame journey, and if you do have, you know, how do I want to say this? I do have a sort of like sidecar message here that came out intentionally through the session. All right, so it's not really coming out of left field, right? But I'm mindful a lot of the collective messages, okay, the people that were gathering through the message, all right, whether whether you are considering yourselves in separation or not, right? There is perhaps one or more connected to the collective, and that quite unfortunately, well, do I want to say that? I'm trying to be not so triggering with the speech, but the situation is one twin here is on the other side of the veil, as it were. One twin is known to have been loved and passed on, I guess perhaps is another way of saying that, referable to this particular incarnation cycle. Okay, so I do have a message from someone very special to somebody out there on the other side, okay? And you guys, energy never dies. So to be clear, right? You really can kind of grip on solace a little bit faster, a little bit longer, if you do kind of give yourselves that friendly reminder, if that is applicable for you, or just in general, you guys, you don't have to like have known and loved and lost a twin flame in order to grieve someone else, right? So I mean, apply what makes sense to what you got going on, honey bun, or not, if applicable. All right, and that's kind of how this stuff works. I will give you guys a heads up. We're kind of getting into like a little of the boudoir topic here. I know it's not even like a Saturday night, but it came through, and that makes a lot of sense. Twin flame connections, just energetically, let alone sexually, can really be something that you're never gonna forget that. You know what I mean? There's no way, you know. And still, I don't mean to make some form of delusion here, that equates, though factual as ever, into some sort of like tangible evidence that like 1,010% you and the person that's, you know, perhaps on your mind and heart space, and you know, however you know that you know that you know is fine, that this person is your twin flame. And I mean, listen, the cards are backing up your intuition, whom all ever I'm speaking to on this, to be clear, right? But doesn't necessarily mean that you guys ride off into the sunset or get on some sort of kumbaya type of vibe necessarily. Because here's the sitch, free will is still ever a thing. And who are you to take that away from you? I mean, when you realize that your energy, which never ever dies, right, can't really, um, you know, really be severed from this other individual, this other vessel, right? To some degree, energy, right? Energetically at your root is your existence, not physically. So, I mean, there's no worry there if you don't always have access to the meat suit according to your preference. I have to say it that way because many of you still aren't necessarily connecting that, you know, you're still in the other vessel just the same as your twin, you know them to be in their body, right? I mean, it literally, when you connect energy, and so that's how you can kind of really get your head around the fact that like if someone were to, you know, maybe quite very unfortunately, I'm not unmindful, right, were to pass on, still when you understand what's really going on in real time energetically, all right, you still have access, you still have life, you still are in existence, and so too they, all right, so to be clear. um, and I'm going to ring the bell for those that know what that means. So please don't give up hope. All right, I'm ringing it. I just am scanning the energy to make sure that there wasn't something else that needed to be highlighted before I did start to um, adding in other energies. Long story short, a lot of energy. Focus on energy and not so much the circumstance. You know, because energy don't lie. People do. I mean, hell, even twin flames will lie. I mean, where you have free will, often you do have lies. I mean, haven't you tested that method a few times, right? Haven't you lived that one out to some degree, right? You don't have to call yourselves all the way out, but you do have to be authentic when you do carry a level and measure of um, perception towards yourselves, right? And to be clear, towards the many versions of yourselves. Gosh, many of you have unalived multiple versions of yourselves, and kudos. And still, I say keep going. I mean, we are here clearly, especially if you are, you know, definitely in line with being part and parcel of the 144,000, especially if you are definitely in line with the understanding that you are in the front lines here of you know, building new earth, okay, which is conscious based. All right, you are here, many of you, as grid workers to hold space on an energetic level. All right, which is like an understatement. I don't want to get all the way down into that kind of stuff, you guys, tonight. It's not really about that. Tonight, it's really about next steps, okay? Delving into current energies and really taking a peek at the psyche of this person in current energies. Really not for validation. No, no, never that. Perhaps for confirmation for many of you, okay? And many of you, perhaps just the same, could be just not really sure what to think anymore. And so, for preventative maintenance reasons, because we can't have anybody spinning out, giving up hope, just like we can't have anybody holding their breath, turning with their face blue because they're stubbornly refusing to live life anyhow. They're stubbornly refusing to let them, and by them, the twin on the opposite side here, obviously, collective member, hello, keep up, right? No, let me stop. But you know, just to see how it plays out. You don't have to have control over everything. You weren't created to, and so that's okay. Just because we do talk often about you being in charge, yes, of your own path. The difference and the variability comes in because you've got more than one of those pesky meat suits that carry, you know, vast differences, perhaps, right? In some of its coding, maybe dare I say encoding, all right? And connecting back to a variability, of course, of lineages, blood ties, ancestral and otherwise, okay? And so therein is the need for divine timing. And we talk about divine timing because it doesn't have to be on our list of, you know, um, identifiers of forms of toxicity. Like, why should it be? Divine timing has saved your life many times over. Many of you weren't even aware. Good thing. See how that works? Shows on that, right? You gotta carry the perspective about the situation that you know you've got to get through. That leads you to the higher ground. That leads you to fly above the storm, perhaps, so you don't have to take every freaking hit, right? Proverbially, energetically, some might say magically. Just saying, this life is far more spiritual than you may realize, folks, okay? Tap in. And whatever works for you, whatever access you know you have on a personal note regarding, you know, perhaps the blood and or ancestral ties, maybe even connecting back to the Akashic as well as, of course, Source, right? Use it, okay? Because that's, you don't, I don't know if somebody, do, somebody waiting on permission? Hold on. Waiting on permission? We just said you were in charge, though. Remember how you came here in charge? You clicked on the video, you know what I mean? Don't act like you don't know now, right? And still, in spite of you acting like you know, it doesn't equate to, you know, what you got going on the other side necessarily being able to be in alignment with the frequency that you're rocking with. And that's got to be okay with you. Because the second it's not, that's the second you're holding your breath and turning blue again. We can't have that. Straighten the crown, okay? Smile a lot more. It does a body good. And even that emotional body you carry, all right? We've all got one. I'm not asking anyone to feel shame-filled because we just found out that you two got an emotional body. It's not anything to attach stigma or shame to, honey bun. You know, and knowledge is power, right? Oh, you got another body? Yes, body, body, body. And some of them are just talking about emotions. It can be perceived just as sexy as the one that you are used to looking at in the mirror every day, right? Right, and it would be you being in charge to carry that perception so the rest of us can follow. And that's really how a lot of these spiritual laws and principles kind of help us navigate the equation that is this thing we call life. Again, far more spiritual than meets the eye. And those twin flames, part of the 144,000, you know what's up when I say that number. I'm excited to talk more. And maybe somebody here isn't really too familiar. Listen up. There's a lot to learn, perhaps, right? And a lot to talk about. But first, the bell. I'm not unmindful of the hour. So, you guys, as long as you're following the rules, I don't mind reading your cards for free. All right. And I don't mind giving you what all I can give you. All right. To be clear, I'm here with you on purpose. I love you and I want to be here. So hopefully you're the same mindset, sentiment, energy. If not, I don't know why you're still here. It's weird, right? Like, do something else, right? Otherwise, let's get to this, all right? And see what we can see. Now, if you guys do feel the need to want to tip, donate, book a personal reading, my readings are so open. I'm hearing other readers say some other things I've not heard before. I'm like, what is going on? All right, so let me find out, y'all. Book a reading, all right, because that'd be wonderful. Let me see, because shoot, I never heard a waiting list is one thing, but I don't know. Some of those readers, they're maybe they have to be so picky, you know. Uh, I don't know. Interesting. Just I'm here to help, and nobody can tell me I'm not. So I question some others out there because they're like, okay, now wait a minute, if you said that that way kind of thing, and then shut the whole access down, what really is going on? So I don't know. Um, I'm open, and I'm here, and I'd be honored to read your cards in case there was ever any question about that. All right, but let's get to the freebies because that's what we do love to come for on the live streams. I get that. Me too, you guys. Love and light, Fiona. I didn't see you sneak in there, babe. Love and light, Dumini. Um. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Amy. My condolences. I also, gosh, I think it was just 2 short days ago, learned of a very recent death, and yeah, so definitely sending love light to the family. Um, I can't say it was like unexpected, but you know, when you lose aspects of love in certain formats or forms or forums, right? It can be really, you know, it would obviously, it feels earth shattering, right? Still feels like an understatement. And when love is authentic and the sentiment so deeply shared between one person and another, you know that's just automatically a grave loss. I mean, no pun intended. Um, I feel like I'm kind of the asshole now that I said no pun intended, but I mean, just to be clear, okay? Because this is really sad, and like, I just didn't want anybody like thinking that was like a bum bum. But I digress. Yeah, my condolences for anyone going through that. It's never easy. Okay, now let me see here. Love and light, pretty in pink. Okay, let's see about. I think you're first, babe. Let me see here. Sorry, I didn't see you come in, sweetie. All right, let's see. Is Jay feel bad? All right, I'm gonna answer your question, but I mean, if you know that this person hurt you, right? And you know your worth and have added the tax, could we talk about someone better, something better? You know what I mean? Like, because I'd like to know a little bit more context here. I mean, I'm gonna ask, right? But hear me out, right? Like, if somebody, and guys, I need you to know me on a personal note, like for real. And this is something that it took me years to actually like get through my thick skull. Like, I just was like, I don't know. I don't know if somehow I just got the rose colored lens from the glasses like laser inserted into my eye at some point, like because I just repeatedly was seeing the best out of just from one asshole to the next. Like, seriously, not trying to call anybody out. I'm not saying anybody, I'm not saying spirit said anybody was. I'm gonna find out, but all I'm saying is, you guys, we have to start asking some of these harder questions. It's easy to ask about, like, do they care? How about now? But what about the other stuff? Like, why do you care? Because, like, what if the answer is yes? And then also, what if the answer is no? Because, like, the most important part in both of those scenarios isn't even the answer, it's what you do after you get the answer. Like, and I just, you know what? I don't like to work hard. I'll work, right? And I'm a very hard worker. But I love to work smart, right? So me, I go, let's just skip the process and get to the point where I'm just moving on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to care and be all, but that's just, make sense of that if you will. That's just me just loving to lighten you, from one queen to the next. Now, that's all. No judgment. And I'll see what's what. But man, I had to learn to teach myself to stop asking those questions, man, because they just were not leading me to any place less than scary AF. Like, seriously, okay? So we got a yes, okay? And take that for whatever it's worth, babe. I mean, that's honestly the only card that came out. Okay. The only thing I can say is I do see the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is a pretty happy and, you know, grounded type of energy. It is not lacking anything. And the only thing that comes to mind with this is not really, oh, because it leads to the 10, you guys work it out no, it's really giving yes. Okay, and you are the 10 irregardless, and so please know your worth and add that tag so that you act like it, and so that you talk like it, and so that you respond to texts like it, and so that you live like it, and so that you love like it, and love yourself first. Okay, because you're the 10, you're the prize. Okay, not in the sense of you're better than anyone else, but in the sense of you're no longer settling for anyone friend. Okay, anyone more than a friend, any serious partnership, okay, that is less than what you know you are worthy and deserving of when you stand at the 10 of Pentacles all on your own, and as you should, and unapologetically. There's no shame in that. Right, that's all I'm saying. All right, Love and Light Country, welcome. Okay, so that's what we have for Pretty in Pink. All right, let's get to Dumini. I hope I'm not saying that right, but I don't mean to butcher that. Dumini Asara. Okay, tomorrow's interview. Ooh, why do we have two no's? It may not be tomorrow. Okay, so the Page of Swords wanted to come out. It speaks of delayed messages, needing patience, right? Then the bottom of the deck, so this was the card that came out, babe, right? The bottom of the deck at that time was another no card, right? Specifically the Eight of Cups. Talks about walking away, talks about abandonment, right? And underneath that is the Page of Cups, which does talk about an offer of sorts, okay? I don't know if there's somewhere that you really would like to work, or that you really would like to, you know, whatever you've been aligning with, okay? So maybe you don't have awareness of this, like on 1,010%. If you're saying, I haven't been manifesting, right? But this would mean either way, whatever the offer is that comes in, okay, now this could be, I don't know, I'm just getting that. It might not be with this person, it's just like if you put in an application for more than one place, where you could go in, and they say, we'll let you know, and then it's just, there's just this severability with the Eight of Cups. But the most positive cards here are the offer, okay? And I mean, you can see they both say yes, right? They're positive. All right. So something better comes along your way somehow here, and that gives you justice. So I'm not saying don't go to the interview if they do allow for it to happen tomorrow. All I'm saying is remain grateful for your justice, however that comes through, okay? And of course, show out as you know you were planning to do anyways, right? Do your best, look your best, be on time, etc., right? That's no-brainer, obviously, right? But it just seems like there's something else with that Magician card on the other side of the offer card, okay? Now, normally when you're talking about, you know, the cups, it's talking about, like, you know, potential love connections, this, that, and the third, but in the realm of business, that is an offer of sorts, okay? So, to be clear. That's what I have for you. You're welcome, Dominique. All right, let's see here. All right. Okay, now let me see here. Okay, so the next person I see here is Country. All right. Ooh, it better be. Oh my, I don't know why. I'm seeing, like, in the old cartoons where it's like you open a box, it's like the boxing arm thing like comes out. Oh my god, I don't even know how to reference that cartoon, what I'm seeing. That's so funny. You know what? Catch me in the right moment. I'm like, yeah, that does sound like a care package for a certain some. Pow, right in the kisser. Nope, magician, the Megas for the win, coming back out. All right, I shuffled up Promi. So, yeah, as you intended, that's your yes. Okay. That's something like said not this time. We're just gonna file that one away. No, okay, let me see here. Fiona, currently working on. Yes. Oh, wow, that slipped out really fast. And it's given risky. Ooh, is this like risky or risque, Fiona? No, let me stop. But no, we got a yes. Now here's the stitch though. Being that it's the Page of Pentacles, right? I'm going, ooh, that's not like overnight. You know what I mean? But then again, you maybe still have to keep writing it, so that makes sense, okay? But on the other side of that is the King of Pentacles. Then you know that's talking money, right? This could be something that is really life-changing, because I'm looking at the moon energy and the death card, death and rebirth. And on the other side of that was the Four of Cups. This is like something you've never known before. Maybe this is something out of your normal, okay, as far as like the type of story, the storyline. I do see you've been really putting a lot of mental focus on here, and I'll be mindful to balance, okay? Don't hurt yourself. Like, you know, Alexander Hamilton comes to mind. Like, it's like he just would write and write and write and write and write, you know. And actually, that's funny. I've been thinking about Alexander Hamilton, like the person, not really necessarily just the musical, but also the musical, but not really. And sometimes I wonder, like, I would like to talk to him just so I could ask some questions, like, did you feel pressure? Like, were you, like, freaking out? Like, I just have, because it's like, he just, like, wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and I can't imagine that that was all connecting to, like, some form of, like, communicable disease or anything, right? At least not all of that. Like, you can't just go, like, okay, that's totally, like, the whole thing, because he was so young at the start of everything. I just don't think it was that. I just would like to ask. Sometimes I just sit and wonder, like, if I could ask so-and-so anything, this is what I would ask. But that's what I have. Alright, so let me... Okay, now let's see. Who is next here? Because that was Fiona. Alright. And then we got Carrie Ann. Love and Light. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. I'm not exactly sure I understand all that question, but I will get you an answer. And I mean, you have to be... Alright, so I'm looking at the Four of Pentacles. Really what was more prominent was the Hangman and the Star cards coming out. I can't really show the Star card because YouTube rules, right? The bottom of the deck is a no fun zone, okay? So long story short, yeah, that's karma, okay? Even if this person is heavily with the ex, like in a physical type of way, meaning same room, same bed, grass ain't greener, you know what I mean? But it's just getting stuck. And that is the karma. Now, what you do with that is live your best life anyhow. And you don't need to feel happy about anybody's misery, because when you're in that kind of time, you're asking for karma to come swinging back around. You see what I mean? So you just want to just live your best life. You know what I mean? Next time you come back around, or to any tarot reader, ask about your next steps, about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you guys, you gotta be mindful when you're looking at what somebody else got going on. It's the equivalent to turning all the way around and looking backwards. Well, you look there long enough, where are you going? Probably backwards. Do you want to go, like, is that your best life? Because no. If you thought your best life was already lived out with this person, you got another thing coming. Just don't give up and do you long enough. You'll find out, right? And not even in like a fuck around and find out kind of way, but more like a, you got this. Like, and thank you next, right? That's it. Just live. Be easy. Be free. Because this person is learning lessons and you're on the good side of karma here, coming out as the star card again. This is saying that the karma is so served here, and justifiably so, that when this ex of yours looks at you, sees you in the star energy. Same deal when the divine looks at you. So, I mean, you could just go on ahead and live your best life and attract in someone that you know is worthy of you, because you never will again settle for whomever this ex is. And the ex also knows that too, because again, karma. All right, much love and light. You're welcome. Love and light, cat goddess. Do you have a question, babe? The bell has rung. But I am mindful to go into tonight's message, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to be here all night. I love you though. Like, please don't come for me. But my goodness, it's been a week, and we got to talk about these twins. All right. So please follow the live stream rules, you guys. I'm going to give you guys another chance because the bell will ring. Don't you worry. And I hope you enjoy hanging out with me anyhow. How about that? Okay. You guys like my necklace? It's jade and I made it. I don't know. It's like new for me, so I wanted to wear it. I'm working on some things, you guys, for the Etsy. We're doing big things over here. Oh, Amy posted a question. All right, let me see here. I thought I... Okay, let me see here. Sorry, I didn't see that one. You're speaking of the musical. You guys are gonna like be like, what is Love On? But like, one of my favorite parts of that whole entire musical, and forgive me, I can't remember the actor's name. But he's the one that played like Washington, and he just comes in and he's like, "We've got guns," and they're all like about to throw down. I don't know. It's just so weird. So I just, every now and again, like, I just randomly, like, in my head, like, pop out with that. And I'm, like, not even a violent person like that. Like, that's so funny. But it's just, like, the way, it was just, like, the spirit of which he said it. Because it, probably because it was a more hope-filled utterance than most. So we got a yes and a yes, eat me. All right. The yes that I was guided to was the Emperor. I don't know why. But the bottom of the deck makes sense to me, at least, with the Three of Cups, talking about, you know, gatherings and such. So I guess you're the Emperor, eat me. Gatherings. But yeah, it's a yes. All right. My bad, I did not see that one. Okay. Okay, so Pretty in Pink, I just went hard like a few seconds ago for you. You might want to scroll back because I'm so serious. I definitely answered your question about Jay. All right, so thank you for that. Yikes. Okay. Of course you're going to have a great future, Cat Goddess. I don't know if somebody's prophesying otherwise on you and your loved ones. How dare they? I don't know if you're in a fearful space about that. You should watch that so that you're not creating some form of hell for you guys to experience, right? you know, your whole birthright package that you come here with, okay, is one born out of divinity as well as royalty. So when you really understand that and you think about it long enough and over again enough, perhaps you're going to understand that the yes already was in existence before the tarot card came out to say yes to you for a question like that, babe. Like, of course that's a yes. How are you? And look, I mean, look, divine breakthrough assistance type of yes, regarding a new path, regarding a new lease on life, regarding new chapters, okay? Regarding beautification of your path in your future. Okay, so please don't think otherwise, because then you might be creating that. You're strong enough mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, of course, to kind of accidentally on purpose create that. And I don't want that for you. So I want you to really kind of take in some guided meditations on you know, who you really know you are. Okay, so I'm trying to think of things like Louise Hay comes to mind. They've got guided meditations on here for free, just the same. That you may want to even sleep to. You don't have to sit there and like chant like, you know, anything over and over and over again. But you really do need to honor like your worth, so that you understand. Of course, like you're not here for a doom and gloom anything, or simply and solely. I can't sit here and promise that you'll never hurt again, never be triggered, never be wronged or offended, right? However, okay, is that everything that you've always experienced? Because if that is, and I'm not here to say that that's not, or that that is the case, okay, you know what you got going on. All I'm saying is, if you really are of the mindset that yes, ever since you slid out of, you know, where you know you came from, okay, I don't want to be too gross at this, right? But that you've only had doom and gloom, then I need you to be sure that you're not part and parcel of the reasoning behind it, in the sense of, is it fear that some of the things that have happened to you that were horrific, validly so, that were wrong, that were not okay, right? Are you fearing that that's always going to be the thing, to the point where that's always the experience, right? And if you find that, then you've got to realize, okay, all right, I got this. I'm going to be the person who didn't protect me when I needed protection. I'm going to be, you know, and just know that you already are, and you're amazing, and that's how you're still standing, kind of thing. So, uh, so there's that, and thanks for being here. I say that because, you know what, as you, many times as you have chosen not to give up, you've assisted the energy. Gosh, that's like the theme for tonight, you guys, right? Collectively. And that's why we talk about, you know, how we celebrate each other's wins makes sense, because we're all connected. All right. So, you know, no shame or stigma. And please don't feel called out. Thank you for being here and allowing us to talk about this, because I personally love to talk about how amazing we are, how spiritually divine we are, and how protected we are, right? Because those are wonderful truths. Like, we could talk about some other truths. They're not necessarily as wonderful, right? But the wonderful ones, I love to kind of focus on those and let those kind of stand. And when you do that, you're kind of keeping yourself built up to really not, again, fear, and or really not, again, overextend yourself, or really not, again, you know, kind of allow your faith to be shaken, you know, about anything, including your own capabilities. Okay, well, that's what I have. Mhm. But as long as you try, you win. Maybe even more aptly stated, as long as you exist, you win, right? Because you're not existing here to, you know, act like you didn't learn the lessons. You're not existing here to look forward to hurting another person, or to making a lower vibrational choice first, right? So maybe don't be so hard on yourself, in spite of the times where you were learning, because we're all here to learn. So, like, you're not the only one, and it's okay, you know? And just Embrace life and the experiences inclusive of the lessons, because you're not done learning either, and that's okay too. We all are here to learn and grow our souls. I don't know that you really get to stick around if you're not doing at least just that, so that's okay. Much love and light. Slay, eat me. I love to hear it. Good job. Love and light, Zach. Okay, now, financial gifts, graces, and or allowances coming in or not don't necessarily have to be the way that your health is rejuvenated. So I'm not exactly sure if it's really late and I'm missing something. You guys really should be working with the spiritual laws and principles that we talk about on this channel all the time, namely, at least, the law of manifestation, and the law of, excuse me, I'm saying the law of manifestation, my goodness, it's late. Um, my bad, okay. The law of attraction, okay, as well as the law of assumption, okay. And I don't have time or the energy, not gonna lie, you guys, and that's not me trying to be mean. Like, I do love you guys, and I'm here, okay? But at the same time, you've got to study to show yourselves approved. So Google that if you need to, and I'm sure there's like a whole like shit ton history of like content that's ever been created, all right, regarding those things. Just saying, okay? Because it's high time you actually get your confidence up about this. You know, like if you really had to ask someone outside of yourself or the tarot first, something that really is a question that goes like, hey, from now until the end of time, will it be bad here for me and my people? Right? Like, because here's the thing, right? Like, what if the answer had to come through the tarot and it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do, you guys? You're gonna sit there and be like, crap, I'm really like SOL at this. There's nothing else I can do. I just gotta put a period on this and just wait it out. And that wouldn't be life or living, and it damn sure wouldn't be divine right wrong agenda. I mean, I literally am talking about how the divine is the ultimate strategist. Do you think the ultimate strategist that you are part and parcel of, connected to with non-severability, put you here simply and solely to like what, burn in hell? I mean, and nothing else though. Like there's no like story of triumph, overcoming. There's no like hope or man, can't even find a mustard seed now. Like shit, you know, just burnt to the ground, I guess. You know, because like what of it? Like what if the answer is like, you know? And here's the stitch, you guys. Sometimes you get tested on this. Ask me how I know. Okay? So to be clear, we're not here to fall prey to any illusion, and that means we are here built up, studying to show ourselves approved about how we are amazing, right? In case you're feeling like you still can't figure that part out. How you are connected to divinity, same deal. Even if you got to Google it, I do. I have done it. I will do it. You know, because I'm here to learn and grow my soul, just like you too. And we are connected. So, you know, right? So I want you guys to get your head in the game here because it's really more than a game, it's really life. And you are here to live and to do so freely. And I understand that money is part of that package. I'm never here to tell you that it's not. I think, quite frankly, I fight you guys on trying to get yourselves straightened back, and with a good grounded crown on, understanding. Oh yeah, no divinity. I don't need to see the money to know the money exists, and because the money exists, it exists for me. All right. But here's the sitch. If you're sitting there and you know in your heart of hearts that if 50,000 G's dropped in your sock right now or underneath your mattress right now, you wouldn't even know exactly how much money you need for whatever you've been looking to pay off, whatever you know they've been asking you to pay off. Okay? Right? And then on top of it, you wouldn't even know how to find a freaking boundary to tell Uncle Leroy. Hell no, Uncle Leroy. You can't have 5Gs for your business that really is already somebody else's patent pending right now. Hoping I didn't know that part so you could just have the money. Like, see what I'm saying? Because the divine is not here setting you up for failure, financially or otherwise. Now, what can do that, okay, is if the divine, not understanding, being the ultimate strategist that it is, but some of y'all must still be questioning that, so we're talking about it, drops the 50 G's and watches you do what? Downward spiral in spite of the money. What are you going to do then? Well, God, you shouldn't have given me the money. Like, make it make sense, right? Well, universe, you should have told me full instructions on how to use the money. Well, listen, you guys have to live your life, right? And you can't really do that if you're not participating, if you're not checked in, if you're not tapped in, if you're not co-creating it. And here's a sitch. You can easily co-create. So, I know we talk about you're co-creating all the time. Some of you are co-creating all the time, doing a little bit of nothing. Others are creating empires. All right, so it is what you make of it. It is what you believe that you can achieve. It is the way that you believe you're backing in spirit and in truth, connecting to source creator. And so with your strength and or with your weakness, you are creating. That's how powerful you are, right? We're not here to magnify weakness. We are here to learn from them and overcome them as part and parcel of learning and growing our soul, right? Now, I'm not here saying, gosh, somebody should feel bad about themselves for finding any weakness. That's not me saying that, babe. I don't know who said that, but they shouldn't be saying that, whoever that is. Whether that's you, something in the spirit, a karmic, a narcissist, okay? If and when you realize, okay, now wait a minute, I seem to have this, that, and the third in balance and checked out, except for the money, all right? You've got to get to, what are you fearing about that? Some people ought to fear, perhaps, in history, I'll say it that way. I'm trying to really watch my words because I'm not here to word curse anybody, but they've literally made television shows as well as movies about this very fact. Let's say you win the lottery, right? Next thing you know, you didn't realize how to protect yourself properly. You were naive walking the streets, and all of a sudden, there you are in the headlines. You're no longer on this side of the veil because you won the lottery and had a lot of money in the bank. Congratulations. It's how you've become unalived. Some of you are in environments right now, and the amount of monies that you're asking for, you could never set foot in if you immediately possessed it. And you're asking to immediately possess it. And the divine, who is the ultimate strategist, isn't going to come in and seemingly be so compliant towards that request because is divine right rule as well as strategy and strategist. So it's for your protection, that divine timing. It's not a rejection in the sense of, no, you can't ever have it. But some of you really ought to make sense of your requests and know you're wise in them. Otherwise, what are you even saying to the divine? What do you even really want? Do you know? You want the divine to tell you and dictate to you the way that you so interestingly and so easily look towards divine to be some form of dictator. Why is that though? Are you being that way towards yourself and others? Okay, like you have to study to show yourself approved. And now, I'm not coming for you, Zach, on a personal note. And when I'm speaking to you, yes, of course I'm speaking to you, but please be mindful. I'm speaking to the collective. Anyone who can make sense of this. We all can make sense of this. To be clear, just the same. Your girl here, love, all right? I'm not on a soapbox. I too few moments ago said, I am just the same, learning and growing my soul. We all are in this together, different parts, okay? I'm here to guide you through at least what I know I've gone through, okay? A teacher, doesn't matter what they're teaching, they can only take you as far as what what they know, where they've gone, okay? And so please don't allow any of my passionate efforts to be misconstrued towards calling you out, making you feel shame-filled. That's not the intent, it's not the suggestion, and nor should you, okay? However, when being asked to do the work, you guys, Zach and anyone else, okay, me too, right? You better go on ahead and really kind of dig deeper there, because miracles happen on the other side of doing that. I mean, I don't know how else to plainly state that. And the more you do it, the more obvious that fact, that truth that I just stated becomes on a day-to-day basis. And you don't even have to ask the tarot in order for it to be a thing. But you do have to work the spiritual laws and principles, because we are all having to do that, whether we have awareness of that or not. Again, this life is far more spiritual. All right. So we'll go ahead and get a tarot card here, Zach. I don't mind. I'm not here not to read your cards, right? But man, oh day, Zach, this is a great answer to your question here. Really involving home, really involving being heard and feeling seen. I just saw lightning strike again. Maybe there's some significance to that. You might want to look up the spiritual significance to lightning, Zach, and anyone else who may also feel led to do that. And but there is this need to heal a relationship with money, okay? You need to heal your relationship just the same with the comfortability in the unknown. I get it. We all have an itemized list of financial identifiers with which to, I'm trying to speak in code because I'm not here talking about need. All right, you don't really need for anything. This is how you're still standing. Long story short, I know listen, I'm not unmindful, okay? But when you start working the spiritual laws and principles, it will override what you're seeing in your now financially, as well as in your health, okay? Now, could you imagine, they've done studies about plants, right? You speak life into one plant and not so much life into the next, and the one that, had the good talks looks all happy and stuff, right? And the one that was, not treated so kindly and was restricted and perhaps even verbally maimed, okay, not looking good if still alive, right? Now imagine, same deal when you do that to your meat suit, your body, okay? You gotta be mindful how you think about it, even in spite of how it may feel. You also have to be mindful that if you are having some issues identifying certain pains, okay, you go from one doctor to the next, you're not really getting any diagnosis that makes any kind of sense. It could be something spiritually connected. And my normal go-to example for that, you guys, Zach, anyone else making sense of this, okay, is your lower back. It starts hurting, and they get the CAT scan going, the MRI, this, that, and the third. It's like, no, it's fine, you're good, you can bend. And you're like, I'm in excruciating pain. It could be at the root, the cause is not really structural, but, emotional, dare I say spiritual as well. When you're feeling unsupported, perhaps, often it has been reported, all right, that the lower back is involved in, having areas of pain, and inexplicably, of course, okay? I'm not a doctor, so, I'm not saying don't go to a doctor, okay? I'm just saying what I just said, because that's the truth that I know it to be as well, all right? Lightning struck again. So serious, you guys. Love and light, Janice Cath. Love and light, oh, hold on, the screen moved. I don't know how to say that. I don't have my glasses. I'm so sorry. Love and light, you guys. Welcome in. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, let's see here. see here, let's see this. Ooh, well. Ooh. I get that this person is hung up on somebody else. It's giving a past lover. The Lover's card did come out first, but also simultaneously, meaning another card on the other side of it simultaneously. I can't show the Lover's card, so I'm going to switch it around. Okay, also came out, and that's literally like mental conflict, okay, about a lover. And if that weren't enough, okay, we've got the Three of Swords, which talks about grief and sorrow, okay. This person's coming out as King of Pentacles, so they could be older than you. This person's otherwise grounded, but with the Moon energy is coming the Death and the Four of Cups cards, okay? And on the other side of that, even the Eight of Pentacles. It's like they're looking to work with someone else, or they're holding on to someone else's energy. So let me see how they view you. Ooh. So I don't know if this is somebody that you work with. They do see you as like a viable option and candidate, but they need to close out a cycle, just even if this is just with them to them. Like, I'm not, let me see, like, is that? See, yeah, no, that X is in their energies. I don't like that. I don't like that. I would call your energy back and do you, and hopefully, you know, they figure out that the cycle should be closed, you know, but don't, you know, you don't want to be, yeah. The Spirit's like, don't go there right now anyway. Like, that would be like, not to be rude, but this is the only thing I can think to say right now, and it's late, so forgive me, but it's kind of given, like, now that we know this, that would be like signing up to play like a dummy game, and then this is the prize, and that's so dumb it's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, no. Look, I mean, I am not joking. And the lightning again, you guys. What is going on? Yikes. 11 light, Priya. Let's see. Next 10 days. Ooh. That is a no. I'm looking at the Four of Cups at the bottom, and it talks about rejection of offer. So, I don't know. Maybe this person just, yeah, look, the Temperance Angel tried to jump out of the deck to make room for the freaking World card, as I'm trying to say, like, I don't know, just close out the cycle. So that's pretty self-explanatory, and, you know, Death card at the bottom now. So can't really get around the obvious sometimes, you guys. Like, yikes. I'm not here to sugarcoat, but oof. Alright. You're very welcome, you guys. Alright, so I'm going to get into this really fast because we got to do this. Alright, if you guys have not done so already, because why is there more people in here than there are likes on this video when y'all are supposed to be following the live stream rules? And I know I'm giving free readings. So everyone needs to hit the like on here, especially if you know you got a free reading, right? And then also, please and thank you, subscribe to the channel. You guys, when you help me out doing this, right, you're helping out other beautiful souls like yourselves. Okay? We're really trying to get the channel to be pushed so that I can do that. And we can do that, okay? Because often, you guys, when we get together, stuff happens. Didn't you notice? Like, and not in bad ways at all, okay? I did Janice Kath, and then I did Priya's. Alright, you guys. I don't want to get discouraged, so I'm I'm really trying to fix it right now. I need y'all to work with me. All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for liking the video. And thank you for understanding that I'm not even here. Like, this is not, you know, one thing I never really enjoyed was like popularity contests, because I was like, can't we all just like and love everyone? Like, what, like, why is there a contest kind of thing? And so I'm like on a personal note working through that, because I'm just like, I just want to actually just come and do like what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And I'm not even like trying to be going hard with like gimmicky stuff, like, because that's not me. So I just try to come on and speak as clearly as possible. I really appreciate you guys like understanding that, hopefully, right? Because I'm not trying to come across as like some form of like asshole dictator, but at the same time I do need your help, right? And we are doing this together in a lot of ways as well. And I'm of the sentiment that you guys understand that and are sharing in that same sentiment. So thank you. If that's you, thank you. I really appreciate you. All right, because it's not even about me. I feel like sometimes if it were about me, it'd probably be easier, but it's like if it were about me, I'd probably be like, here's your blackout video, right? Like, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate you guys coming on, to be clear. I still and always do and will love and light my actual collective, right? Um, so there's that, and nothing's going to change that. However, we should still continue to intend to make great change together. And that's why I'm like, guys, please, please don't forget to click the like on the video. Please don't forget to check in to the videos, right? Please don't forget to actually follow along if your girl's reading your cards, right? I mean, I'm here, and I appreciate you guys being here with me. That's all I'll say. All right. Yeah, like, why is it about popularity? And I get it, like, you guys, I'm mindful, like, that you guys are doing, like, 15 things, all right? I get it, too. All I'm saying is, once you launch the question, just try to focus a little bit, because then sometimes I get questioned about like what was the minutes and time seconds, or my mods will get questioned, and it's like, no, we don't know, like, you know. So we're all doing our best. I'm not unmindful of that, and I think that's fabulous, and as we should. Okay. And thank you for being here nonetheless. Okay. My goodness, we have yet to even get into the message that I'm supposed to deliver, and we're at this over an hour. Okay, so I really do need to focus and allow this channel to kind of push this baby out. Gosh, are we talking spirit babies? Is that what's going on? Like, what's going on? I gotta hydrate on that one. So give me a second, because you guys, when I switch the channel, it's energy work. Okay, long story short. So I'm doing stuff that doesn't even make sense to say, or probably do. I get that. But thank you for those that do support the channel, even if not financially. You guys watching the videos, allowing the freaking ads to play, like, don't, please and thank you, when applicable, don't skip them. Okay. Even if it's, you got to turn the sound down or something, all right, because that will help. All right. But I really do, I'm even more passionate about trying to really allow for the messages to be seen, for other people to realize, okay, they're not alone too, you guys. How many times have you felt alone at this? This is why we do enjoy coming on to the live streams. I want more of us to be able to do that. And this is also why I'm really grateful that each and every one of you comes on and you follow along the live stream rules, okay? Because someday soon it's gonna be, you know, our whole freaking family vibing on here, like, what's up, right? And I love that. I live for that. Okay, so I don't see any problem in that. You know what I mean? So thank you for really helping. And I know many of you really, like, since day one, have been here doing just that, helping your girl, right? Helping the mission, helping the free messages get out there. Thank you. You guys are amazing. And I command and decree you guys are blessed on the strength of that, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So thank you, all right? The actual tribe, okay, that really understand what all is going on here. I love you, and I love what we're doing here through this channel, okay? So again, please don't get that twisted. All right, 11 plate Canupriya. 11 like kick it with Jay. You got how many accounts you got? Is that the old one? I'm like, I'm not seeing that one. Usually it's Freaky J. Go from kicking it to Jay. Let me not say too much. Okay, let me stop. All right. So you guys, you don't have to say like what like number to be clear. But let me just go on ahead and just give the friendly reminder. Please and thank you. Don't be the one coming on here talking about I followed all the live stream rules and you didn't, okay? And you knew on top of it that you didn't because you knew you didn't. Okay, because that would be, yeah, as the thunder. Now I hear the thunder. I mean, just saying, protective measures. And that's not me saying I'm doing anything. All I'm saying is the divine doesn't play about it's divine. Okay? And that's inclusive of everyone connected to this high vibe tribe in spirit and in truth. That's the best way I can say that. All right? And the divine will sort out the rest. And we don't have to do anything but be grateful that we're blessed. As the Two of Swords comes out, make the decision to know that you know you know. Oh, that's a different so then kick it. Where you been? Because it's been forever. What's that song? Is that Miss Jackson? Sorry, Miss Jackson. Forever. What's that song? Forever. I don't know if you're into music. I don't know why music's trying to come through. Okay, my bad. Kick it with Jay. That's a different person. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here nonetheless. So maybe Canupriya RS has to make a decision about reaching out, okay? But upon confirmation, we got a no here, okay? Let me just see if that. Let me just confirm this. Oh. Oh. So he either went towards perhaps another female with the High Priestess coming out, and or owes you an apology with the Page of Cups coming out. But as far as the yes or no, it's giving no. Whatever conflicts, that's the Five of Swords specifically, seems like it might stand. This person could be older than you. That's what I got, babe. Oof. If you don't get the notification, kick it. You got to make sure you put the, like when you hit the bell, you got to scroll down to like all, because YouTube defaults it at default, which whatever that means, because everybody that's ever been on default comes on and they say, I don't get the notifications. So I don't know what that means that YouTube's doing. But yeah, you're not the first person to tell me about that though. This too shall pass, right? You're very welcome, Canupriya. You got a job? Kick it. I just saw that. Oh, that's what's up though, because that's why you haven't been on too much either, I'm sure, right? Living, advancing. progressing. I love that for you. Congratulations. Shoot. You know what I know about being on top versus maybe not? If you've ever been on top, the next time you get there, it'll be even better than like, no worries, right? Like how we say, this too shall pass. Like, that's for real. That's for real. And I just heard it pour outside. That's a synchronicity, you guys. Nothing just happens. It is pouring. I know you guys can't hear it, but I can. And the amount of lightning strikes that y'all heard me mention was not lying. That is pretty prophetic. Let me see something. And it's 11:22 on the angel number clock. Look that number up. I bet you it's a synchronicity. Just saying. Okay, now, Kick It. I need you to follow the live stream rules. Okay. I see you though. Fiona, you have to. You know what I noticed, Fiona? Like on a personal note, right? And I stay in tarot land like a lot, like dead ass. Okay. Because I'm one of those, like, I'll put it on and I'll be doing like 15 other things too, right? But tell me why left and right for the past 2 weeks I had to resubscribe to something I didn't unsubscribe from. Like, like, I'm just like, okay, that's real interesting. Like, multiple accounts, like, multiple, like, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Hardy, har, har. So that's why I'm like, y'all, stand with me in solidarity. Keep the likes up, okay? Because, watch where we're going. Together. That's not even me being egoic. It's just matter of fact. As I say that sun card. Just saying. Just saying. Alright, let me see here, Kick It. Alright, no worries. Okay. Alright, let's see. It's a yes with the King of Swords. So that tells me, yes, on the other side is some maturity, right? You were right for calling judgment. Archangel Michael might be of some significance to you, but his sword is saying, I stand for that, right? You were right to call judgment. You were right to not settle, okay? It's allowing this person to have some sort of catalytic healing, all right? So that y'all can both kind of get out of this energy is what it's giving, all right? Much love and light, babe. Good job, though, because you know what? This is literally the epitome of this too shall pass. And you know what? I promise you I didn't see this card until now. This is a card of victory. You know this? Worth it. Worth it. That's what I'm getting. Love and light, though. Oh, yeah, that would be, oh. Yeah, but there's still got to be something about with the judgment card, because that's not connecting to, like, it's not giving authority. Yeah, like, standing on business. Like, no, there had to be something where, oh, it's, no. You're coming out as intuitive, Queen of Cups, right? I don't know if you told this person something about money, what they were doing with it, what they weren't doing with it, or how they was getting it, or was going to lead to something. Or I'm just getting that you pull, there's some significance to you pulling your energy back. Not in the sense of like, I love you, I hate you, but in the sense of like, you know, you give the side eye, like, well, I might need a pause here kind of thing. Okay, you cut them off, so that's all right. All right. But you know, the King of Swords definitely does indicate increase in wisdom and or maturity. I'd like to claim both for this person. Um, you know, when you got to learn lessons that you tried not to learn in the first place, they do tend to require some separation, you know. And what I feel like a lot of people don't really think about at the same time is that it's like, if okay, so if I'm in an energy where I've got to be separated, what do you think that does to the ones that I love and are loving me? Right? It's like the separation has to be a thing, you know. But people don't. I don't know if they just get so either hyper focused or out of focus. You know, it's real interesting. You think people would be, especially, you know, where children are involved in things. It's like, you know, you would like to think this person is a soulmate too. So that's not fun. I know. Yeah, I'm sorry, babe. Man, I mean, it's given it's on both sides. Like, I know this person knows that they got a few reasons to apologize. I mean, I'm not thinking that it's, look, back to the King of Swords. I'm trying to get out, like, I don't think it's that you're never gonna get it. It's just, you know, with the King of Swords, sometimes there's like this process that they gotta go through. It's like, you know, they can get the epiphany about some shit, but then it's like but then what though? Because you could, now what you're gonna do with the epiphany? Just act like you didn't get it all over again, kind of thing, or you're gonna do the work, right? And you can't necessarily be like, okay, work is done, because let me find out if you can always do that. Hold on, let me. I'm searching the cash again. But y'all know what I mean, right? How are we gonna be here? Talk about we're here to learn and grow our souls, and then don't have any responsibility, no triggers, you know, no catalyst, no reason, no hope. Like, what will we do, right? Couldn't even get a fart out in that kind of energy. Yeah, it's giving, right? Nah, we got better stuff to do than that. Yeah, well, you know, that's a whole ball of wax, and yeah. Well, you know, tit for tat will just come back around and smack you in the face anyhow. So you might as well just keep the boundaries up, you know, and know that you're good with, you know, it's kind of like the epitome of I can do bad on all by myself, and by like that version of bad, you're giving like bad, right? And not the bad, right? Like, because you can do other things. This person is definitely in the throes, in the thick of learning some lessons. And you did your part by calling judgment, as you should, and that therein was assisting, you know, that same individual with learning some of the aspects of the lessons that I just referenced. Okay, so when you look at it that way, you go, all right, we're on course, no worries, right? However, when you look at it just emotionally, and I'm not saying that your feelings are never valid, I'm just saying see how emotions can trip you up, valid as they ever want to be, if you stay stuck in them. You see what I mean? Because then you're just spinning around, not really doing much. So, and you always have the ability to choose, you know. But you guys, I do got to get into this twin flame. All right, your girl got to lay it down and get up early. So there's that. All right. Long story short, this twin flame, okay, you could know them to be attached to their ex still. Some of you, not everyone. Okay, take only what resonates. I really tried to streamline this pound. Now I see why. So this is like mixed bag messages for each aspect of this reading. Golly, the lightning strikes. That is so interesting. You or they could have piercings, brown eyes, a scar, Somebody here, gosh, I'd love to know who, wears suits, whether to work or just to the boat, mayhaps. No, stop. Who's got the yacht, right? Somebody's got curly hair. Somebody could be black and or African American. Somebody could have braids or be light skinned. Somebody could be subscribed to being a witch. Okay. Somebody could be Asian. And you know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie. When we got to um, the black or African American, I heard, and I'm not here to be offensive, right? But you could be, I won't say what I heard. Hold on. You could be like a black American and part Asian, right? Some of us, you know, with the cultural ebonics that we tend to speak could mash that in, is what I heard in spirit. Like, just, you just, you know, just, it's a one type of word thing. But to be clear, you would be part Asian and part African American, right? But y'all know really what anyways, so that doesn't have to be the thing, but that was kind of highlighted there apparently. And you guys damn sure in separation. Okay, this is not with the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is not somebody sitting next to you talking about how much longer, honey. Like, no, we're not. This is your twin flame. You would know them, okay? And how I know you would know them is because we got some sexy cards coming out here, okay? Now, I can't share with you the pictures, right? But some of y'all could have cooked naked together. What all and whatever that may mean. Okay, so, all right. Don't burn nothing. There is some high significance to eye penetration. Not with that. I just mean from eye gate to eye gate, right? Um, this person damn sure knows how to eat. Whether it would be simply and solely a meal or lunch and or breakfast and or dinner, okay, to be clear. Maybe y'all cooking it naked each time too. Who am I to judge, right? This person knows how to eat whatever you serve in. I don't understand all the lightning strikes right now. Whether you serving it in high noon or high fifth position. Let me stop. Okay. There's some significance to fingers and penetration of different kinds, different varieties, whether guy, girl, what have you, front or back, ma'am or sir, right? So there's that. I'm also hearing, I'm going to spell this out, Panty space, and then the word play, okay? And y'all, some of y'all playing real hard, whether this is just like, I mean, I don't want to make light of it. There's a whip involved, right? Could be cosplay, could be Cosmo. No, let me stop. This is giving like, you know, Sex in the City vibes kind of thing. There could be like chair and attachments involved as well. My goodness. Who was that? Samantha? No, let me stop. But, and whoever's talking dirty game, whoever's laying claim to having a talking dirty game, you got that. Okay, you just talk dirty, all right? You just talk and talk and talk. And they like that. You like that. Y'all love that, okay? And y'all could have even took it to beyond the boudoir, the bedroom, all right, or not, okay? But body shots could have been involved, all right? Whether it was you had to drink it or suck it or perhaps a lick, okay? So body, adi, 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 irregardless of its imperfections, and you know they're there. Don't try to act like, I don't really care, like, what it is or not, but, like, please take the stigma off trying to be perfect. It doesn't exist in this realm, like, all like that. Like, literally, in order for perfection to exist in this realm, you'd probably have to refract all of us back at the same time to source creator energy, and even then, the way that this realm would be so off kilter. So spanking is fun for some of y'all, apparently, whether you do it to yourselves or another. Whether handcuffs are involved and perhaps some cleaning, made costume or not. You know, you cook, you clean together, you do it all. I love this. I know, this must be hard with the separation, right? Some of y'all, all right, yes, you know, and you have loved on this person, but only made it to like about third base, okay? Going to have some lotion and some rub downs going on, whether y'all had dinner or not. Could have had some wine, apparently, together. And at some point, somebody had the bottoms of their feet worshiping the sky, apparently. And even then, eye penetration just on point. Whether you call that a back shot or not. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. There's a lot. There might be a twist in there at that point. I'm not sure whether guy, girl, what have you. But anyways, but on bump. And y'all could have really intended to treat somebody's bedroom, whether it was y'all's bedroom at the time or not, like the red room that we all have gazed eyes upon through a certain movie, perhaps. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to alert anything for any kind of hijinks. And they do appreciate how clean you are. It's like you passed the smell test. I don't know why that's coming out. That's kind of gross, but yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow, moving along. All right. This person saying, basically, since the separation here, they're seeing you had some sort of glow up, right? Um, okay. And this person's like, oh, but see, here's what's up is I feel like I didn't experience all of this. And this card is talking about your wild side here, collective member. There's a side to you I haven't seen, and I want to, the card says. I want to see you let loose and get wild. Let's have some fun. And for those that only made third base, I need you to know this is an understatement. Yikes, okay? So at the time that you were in physical orbit, not energetic orbit, but physical orbit with this person in real time, and this person was unawakened. So this tells me that whether guy, girl, what have you, collective member, you most likely high key are of the divine feminine energy, not genitalia energy. Extreme difference there, okay? But somebody here was unawakened, unaware. Their ego and their arse were stuck in the 3D, perhaps, right? Long story short, they weren't ready, okay? They were stuck. They felt stuck. Could have been stuck in a third-party sitch, or tried to stick you into one, or tried to stick you while being into one. Like, I'm sorry. Oh, God. They'll try it, though. And so you had to shift your focus to clear the energy, right? There could be some significance to the letters Y and or H. Does not have to be the case. Same deal for the objects of both that of the yo-yo and the heart, okay? But there's some sentiment behind this. It's giving Y is for yo-yo, as the card states, as well as H is for heart. Long story short, in spite of the ups and downs, in spite of the crashing and the burning here, gosh, I hope that is not a literal thing. There is heart, okay? It's like this feeling, this energy, this connection still stands. So obviously, highly spiritual ranking. Nope. Highly spiritual, significant, spiritual. This is a highly spiritually significant connection, to be clear. And this is your twin flame. Now, there could be some significance, whether on your side of the fence here or on the part of your person's, okay? Whether you and or these people hail from these particular states, have lived there, whether you live there together, you get the gist. There could be some connection here. And these are the states cards that I have. The first of which, Ohio, okay? Could be some significance to Drew Carey, the name Drew, the name Carey, Cleveland, thick glasses, soccer, photography. Okay, anyways. Also Cincinnati and or Columbus. There could be some significance to the state of Delaware. Somebody here could go from Delaware to Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania to Delaware. Only because I do know, which it was like towards the end, not gonna lie, the Pennsylvania card came out as well, right? But on the Delaware card, I also was asked to talk about Pennsylvania. So I'm like, but there's a card for that. So there's some significance about really like riding both of those two. Like, I don't know if somebody lives on the edge of, or somebody maybe could even live in New Jersey and just hella travel between. It's like you lay your head in Jersey, but like you're working in Delaware and or some part of Pennsylvania. Somebody here could be related to Joe Biden. All right, here we go. Could be some significance to the Appalachian Trail. But there's also some significance to the plateau in Ohio. I've got Cleveland being highlighted again. I don't know. Pennsylvania came out as well. There could be some significance to Harrisburg, the Cheesecake Factory, and or Philadelphia. Could be some significance to Mac Miller and or Pittsburgh. Okay, here we go. North Carolina came out as well. So Charlotte we could be talking about. Could be talking about Duke University. Massachusetts came out. We've got Harvard University there. And we've got the Red Sox. I'm also hearing New England Patriots. For some reason, there could be some connection there. We've got Connecticut, as I'm saying connection. That's funny. Bridgeport, Yale. It is pouring down. Like, what kind of storm is this? That's crazy. This person could have actually had split energy because of a karmic partner. They could hail from Louisiana. Doesn't have to be the case. I'm also hearing St. Louis, Missouri. North Dakota is here as well. Bismarck. Somebody could live near a river as well. We've got New Mexico come out. Could be some significance to the timeline from now to 2 weeks from now. This person could be coming in. Arkansas came out. Little Rock. Could be some significance to Texas as well. We've got Maryland coming out, Baltimore, as well as Annapolis. We've got Washington, D.C., Wisconsin coming out as well. Milwaukee, Green Bay Packers. And last but certainly not least, Nevada. And we've got entertainment. Somebody could be an entertainment here, an entertainer. We've got Carson City come out, as well as Las Vegas. Now I'm hearing Viva Las Vegas. Who is that? Oh, that's not Elvis, is it? Is that Elvis? It's not Elvis. Oh my god, it's Wayne Newton. Is that? I don't know. It's before my time. Alright, so here's the sitch. We've got a message, alright? There is a disturbance in the air, perhaps. Some might say a change in trajectory regarding cycles. All right, you're being asked to stay grounded in the now. All right, to anchor this connection in. Now let me see here. This person's saying, I feel or felt, okay, because general collective, I need you to know the lightning is still striking. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, where's the movie set? Like, is that a boom mic? All right. So, as the card states, okay, this was the sentiment of your person at some point, okay? I feel bound by my culture and or my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. So people, places, things trying to get in the way, karmic bill, right? Makes sense. Standard textbook, right? Wayne Newton and Elvis were good friends. Oh, right. Oh, right. You are so right, because actually, Fiona, I watched Kim Russo. Like, I would love to actually like learn from her. Like, she is such an inspiration. And so I don't know if you know her, but she's like a psychic medium. She had like a couple different shows, like The Haunting was one of them, on like LMN network, right? Okay, you saw the episode where Wayne, like, oh my god. And also some of the things that, oh man, yeah, like I don't want to say that, but man, O'Day, like to know you love Kim too. I do. I think she's pretty cool. But yeah, they were right. Like, how about that episode, Fiona? Though, like, because Wayne was singing, and then like Elvis did what he do. Also, you know what? If let's not skirt around. I don't even have the time or the energy right now, you guys. If this person you know that I'm talking about, like that is like nervous, right? I need you to know they're also hard. Like, so just plug in the word nervous for that word. Okay? You make me nervous. You make me. Okay, so just to be clear, right? They're also saying you're special, definitely truly divine. Okay, and they're saying I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. And you're going, huh? It's been crickets, right? Energy, though. Non-severability, 5D, you know. There's that, okay? This person saying, I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. It's really simple, okay? They're saying, how do I feel? I want you. I want us forever, okay? So, as far as energy, right? When it's not, I mean, how do I want to say this? See how the energy don't lie and people can, right? Like if you went off of what you see and hear from this person in 3D, right? It might not even be a cricket, let alone multiples of them. Okay, I get that. But the energy for whom all I'm reading for, you understand at an energetic level, they're not far from you at all. I mean, they're always having you on their mind, and you know this because you theirs, and not in some sort of sick type of limerence situation, but in the sense of it just is what it is. Try as you may have, right, to get away from that. Same deal with this person. Could be the case you're mirroring the whole time. You're mirroring the whole time, to be clear, but just saying, all right? Now, this person's saying, in my heart, I'm waiting for you. I'm trying to move forward, but I'm waiting. All right. Now, I get a couple things with that. Some of your divine masculines here, divine femmes, whether guy, girl, what have you, okay? Um, they're still working out of some older version of self, which goes like, I'll just avoid and figure it out on the back end. And it's like, that's not going to work. They're still learning that. Okay. So there's the divine timing for that. Now, others of you, okay, this person could have had a I mean, we're talking third party, right? At least at some juncture or junctures. This person could have had a whole dance card, a whole history, a whole Rolodex, black book. You know, I don't know, depending on all the age ranges that I'm reading for, or necessarily what tag word you need to make sense of that. But this person had options, I guess is the best way to say that, right? And I'm hearing, you know, as you obviously always had as well. But this person was not necessarily as at the ready to kind of refrain from certain activity, right? And so this person really just trying to, even before they touch down in your like face kind of thing, no pun intended there, and be careful, don't hurt nobody, but you know, they're trying to get right. They're trying to come correct. Okay. And so you can't really fault them for that either. Talking about, well, what do you mean you're keeping me waiting? It's like, well, did you want the half-assed version of like something that ain't even done cooking yet? And the divine said no? Like, because I don't think you want the dummy game. Because the dummy prize ain't even given a dummy prize. It's just not on the menu for you. Okay. You gotta wait. All right. To be clear. Not holding your breath. Gosh, the flash just flashed again. That was crazy. That lightning is really, I don't know, I'm really sensitive to it tonight. Like it literally, you hear that? It literally like almost took my breath away. It was just crazy. And I usually don't have that like effect with lightning. But I just was looking at it and it just was like, I almost went like tripped over my breath. Like it just was intense. Oh gosh. What is going on? Yeah, you can hear it now, right? Oh, you love Cat, or Cat Goddess loves Kim too? Yes, I love that. All right, okay, so let me focus. So sorry, you guys, that was a lot. Like I literally, I think the last time that I felt like that kind of like pull was whenever I was like questioning like what freaking highest power exists for the X-ray machine. Whenever I went to get the what do you call it? Oh my god, I'm I'm blanking on the name. It's the type of X-ray. It's like panoramic. I don't think that's what they call it though. And I was like, I could feel it like even through my neck, like when it went around. I was like, what the hell kind of magnet? But anyways, it just felt like magnetized. I don't know. It was weird. Okay, so again, some of you, you're somebody out there is waiting on you. I feel like that's a little toxic overall, because what are you talking about? You're waiting for the divine feminine to get up and be the divine masculine for everybody. That's odd, right? Now, to be clear, divine masculines also have divine feminine energies. That's why we talk about these things, because when a divine masculine is talking about, I'm waiting, they're in divine feminine energy, not divine feminine energy, excuse me. They're in feminine energy. I don't want to be touting the divine is outside the realm of balance, right? So we're going to demote that in that context, okay? Just for that context, right? Not in actual reality, to be clear. But, you know, you don't really want to reward bad behavior, right? By chasing again and then getting the dummy prize, which is probably called rejection, you know, and pain and you know. But this person saying, I've had a sudden realization about my life and about our connection. I didn't think I could be what you needed or wanted me to be. There's that ego. It's like, are you going to be able to keep something like that? Like, that's a freaking angel walking. You see the sun actually walking with legs today? You know, and you guys are all shining and just all walking about like you normally do, right? And this person, you know, in spirit, energetically, maybe you might say, really looking at you as like, what are you, kind of thing, you know, and we're grappling with maybe the fear that when you guys stood, or dare I say, lay next to each other long enough, you might notice their worst fears, which is that you guys don't measure against each other quite so well. All right? Isn't that sad? It's like you're literally each other. And the other person's going, no, not me, no, not me. You know? And that's why it's really important, twin flame or not, you guys, to love on you. How are you going to ever properly love on somebody else if you can't love on you? Right? And I'm not saying if you can't love on you in the most perfect ways, right? Again, perfection is not a prerequisite of this. However, your intent to love you on a personal note, right? Not even just a sexual note, to be clear. On a personal, intentioned out note is most assuredly a prerequisite for actually experiencing the love of a lifetime. Because it comes from you first anyways. And that's okay. This person's saying, I worry about being able to come up to your expectations. I'm not sure I deserve the way you love me. See, if you don't really properly love yourself, what can happen? Okay? And we're not here to judge, but we are here to take notes. Because here's the sitch. If you've got a twin flame out there, you know, undeserving of love, right? Then where are you in the mirror? What are you fearing? Is it success? Right? Maybe you're fearing that you might not be able to sustain success if you should ever come upon it. And unless and until you realize, irregardless of what you do, you are success. Whether you walk or sit in a wheelchair to be success or not, you just are success, right? I'm so serious, you guys, because how would you be failure and connect all the way back to the all in all, right? The one, the creator, the source, divinity, life force, energy. All right, you guys, we started out with this session saying energy doesn't even, you can't even unalive it. So how much power are you? How much success are you already? You just are. And that's why your affirmation at the top of your list should always be, quote, I am that I am. Who are you to restrict divinity? Who are you to restrict God? God as source. You get where I'm going with this. So it's the same too for you. Deep down, this person's saying, I still feel optimistic about us. Yeah, because what's destined and what's fated just is. And therein is the reason for divine timing, you guys. This person's saying a lot of big changes have happened. I'm trying to figure things out, you know. So, you know, some of you, we do have the 2-week time frame, right? Could be a thing, doesn't have to be. And even if it's not, you're still doing what? Living your best life. Not waiting on this person. Not holding your breath. Not turning blue in the face, whether you got blue eyes or they do or not. Okay? Exactly. Like, no more crumbs, babe. We're not doing dummy games because the dummy prizes, we're allergic. We can't. We're not doing that. Nobody needs to be breaking out in a rash or standing in a line for a bomb prize. Like, that's old earth-ish, right? That's just what's up. All right. So, you guys, pulling from the initials deck. We don't have too many tonight, but this could be the first, middle, and or last name initial on the part of your person that you're here for, and or your own. Okay, your own names, whether first, middle, or last. We've got B, we've got P, we've got R, we've got O, we've got Ed. Maybe somebody's name is Ron, right? Maybe somebody really likes a lot of porn. Do we have a porn? Maybe somebody just had a baby with that born, or maybe somebody just had a birthday. We've got O, we've got L. Oh my gosh, they're sticking. We've got P and A. There's that Pennsylvania, all right? There's that Louisiana even, or even LA, Los Angeles. We've got F, W, and X. All right, that's enough for that. And just to close this out, you guys, let me see what's up. man, in case you ever wondered, this person does feel whatever you thought maybe they should, right? If this is like guilt, yep. If this is shame, yep. If this is anger, yep. If this is remorse, yep. If this is disgust, yep. They felt all of that. And if you too felt all of that about what all they did and or did not do, they felt and or feel your feelings in the matter about that just the same. Makes sense? So see how that works? There's no severability. They can feel you. All right. Just like many of you, I'm sure, understand, we go out on a limb, you can feel them. You guys are intertwined, okay, energetically, right? You are part and parcel of the same, all right? Just have two different vessels, that's all. When you connect at your root, you are one, all right? Now, here's the sitch. Not in the sense of you are each other's other half. No, no, no. Depending on the set of twins, you might say that. Okay? That's for you to either figure out if you care about that part or not. Okay? But really, the reason why I say that is because from one set to the next, you could be having one twin that might be more of the light variety. And I'm not talking skin color, I'm talking energy, right? And then the other twin, okay, the yin to the yang, coming in pretty dark, you know, maybe more logic minded, not so Piscean type energy, more grounded, like, you know, I'm trying to think of like, you know, like an earth sign, okay? There's that eye gaze, even in snake form. It's like, ah, right? Like tongues could touch, but no, still the intent is, I've got to see your eyes. There could be some sort of coding exchange when you lock eyes. That might be the pull behind why you stare so intently so long. This person longs for you, as I'm sure you have them, and they do intend to come in and communicate. Chariot leading to the Eight of Wands, and of course leading to who? To you, babe, the star, or the guy, girl, what have you. This could be between now and the month of October, okay? Or somebody could have a birthday or a special event in October. There could have already been a special event that you shared in October. For some reason, that month is being highlighted. They see you as a very viable option. They see you as unstoppable, unfuckable, right? That would be intimidating and daunting, okay? Uh, Archangel Michael might be someone that you, I'm saying someone, but I don't know. Like, I think of Mike as like family. Like, I'm like, I don't even always go like Archangel. Like, I'm just like, Mike, did you see that? Right? Um, so I guess based on your personal awareness of his presence, you might resonate with that Ace of Swords card. But really, that's just one of the truth-filled cards of any tarot deck, is that Ace of Swords, you guys. This is your Emperor, your Divine Masculine, all right? Coming in more mature, this is your Twin Flame, all right? To be clear. And we're going to close out. You may not always understand, honey bun, why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing soon will be revealed. So we've got, what, a range between 2 weeks and the 10th month. Could be 2 weeks and 10 months, to be clear as well. But really, the month of October stuck out. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay? So the potential for healing is here. You've got to both do the work, though. You got to work the program, work the steps, believe, receive, achieve, right? And there's power, okay? You are, let me just see, okay. Yeah, look at that snake energy. That's not even a snake, is it? Is it supposed to be? Wait, hold on. What is that? No, I guess. I guess they're just not well-defined heads. Maybe there's some significance to that. Maybe somebody's uncut. Okay. Okay, so the card says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. And of course you know that, but it's like this reminder coming in to be like, hey, you worked so hard kind of thing, to keep your boundaries, your standards, your wits about you. Don't give up on you now, right? Just because this person's coming back in, you don't have to like throw it off the window and talk about, never mind, I worship you, I love you so, like, and you have to like lose yourself and your shit, right? You're too power filled to do that, so please don't forget, okay? Just saying. Let there be closeness, though, however, between you. Again, the healing, okay? But always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives, okay? So, that's the tango between the yin yang, okay? You can't be up each other's bums all the time, right? So that if and when you are up each other's bums, it's a great time. See, you make it make sense, okay? We've got surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and it will all work out. I can't show this one. This lady's chilling, though, all right? Surrendering, okay? And not in the sense of, I give up. I give up hope. I just don't care. That's a lot of emotion you got going on. There's a lot of energy, a lot of adamancy about, what now? What was the hullabaloo about? You just have to do pretty much nothing at this, okay? It shouldn't take that much energy and effort to let go and surrender, right? So you gotta check. What are you doing? What are you saying? Well, you gotta trust. You feel risky to trust somebody who hurt you to your core. Ask me how I know, right? I get that. Okay, but transformation, part and parcel of the prize package here. And it's not giving dummy games, you guys. If you are actually taking heed and doing the work and making change and transition and transformation, whether with this person and or separately or apart, where's the loss in that? Okay? You're not here just to be riding bareback, um, on the beach. I mean, if that's part of your experience, that's pretty awesome AF. I'm not crapping on that. All I'm saying is, if you thought that was the whole movie, like, that'd be like the equivalent of understanding that, you know what, if that's the case, then one movie, from one movie to the next is literally just one long scene, right? And that's it. Like, there's no other working parts of this. It's like, you can't be so regimented about the flow state. Makes sense? You gotta trust. That's part of the flow state, okay? Yes, you got hurt. Yes, this person hurt you. Some of you, yes, they, basically out of their trauma, brokenness, could have even made it really seem likely that they intended in certain ways to hurt and to reject you. And still, the whole time, babe, they're showing you a mirror of the part of you that maybe you needed to take a closer look at, all right? Now, that's not a blame game, and I'm not trying to say it in a carbon copy type of cookie cutter experience. So, for instance, if somebody really understands the unrequitedness potentiality that can exist in the runner-chaser dynamic, it's like you're saying, love me, I love you so much, I'm going to love you, I'm going to show you, another person's going, I'm going to run from you because you're scary, right? He's like, what do you mean that you're so sure that you love me and you have these feelings? That's a telltale indicator that at least one, if not more of you, aren't really understanding exactly what love is. We've all been there. I'm not judging anyone, myself included. Listen, the song that we're even listening to right now, and you guys can find it on most major platforms, definitely not the highest vibrational, understanding of what a twin flame dynamic really was, even in that stage of my ascension. Okay, I'll be honest, I out myself. Um, but it was very much an authentic expression, and still very much real for me today, irregardless of my twins' awareness and or understanding of that, right? And irregardless of aspects of its imperfections. But you know what? Guess what? Great thing is, perfection was never required of us here by any aspect of divinity. Okay, so please be mindful of that when trying to expect that of yourselves as well as your twin flame. Okay, to be clear. So at this juncture, with this level of maturity, emotional as well as spiritual, it should be easier. Maybe not completely easy, but it should be easier to work on aspects of forgiveness for this person as well as yourselves, who are also each other, right? You're learning and growing. Where's the shame in that? Where's the problem in that? Okay? Transformation occurs through acceptance, and once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. AKA, this too shall pass. Okay? It's okay if you know that you have taken charge of your life and what you got going on. Okay? It's also just the same. It's okay if you don't know 1010% whether or not in real time this person, all right, your twin, is actually laying claim and literally doing the same. Okay, what's important is that you live your best life. Okay, surrender, remain positive. Okay, so remain positive doesn't mean remain rigid in the outcome, remain rigid in your expectations of things like timelines, okay, mannerisms, etc. Okay, because you're kind of really gonna set yourself up for at least another round of disappointment, and then that's kind of on you, right? Because you weren't doing the work. And I know that's not you. I'm just being mindful that sometimes it's like, you're doing the work, right? And you're thinking like, man, is this the highest vibrational option? Because it's not always necessarily going to feel, sound like, and or smell like roses and candy, right? So sometimes you just have questions. Like, I just have questions. I've just been working on this, and especially when divine universe comes back around and says something like, you're not done healing that. You're like, what? 3 whole years. Right. I heal day and night. Night and day. What do you mean? We're not done healing that part yet, right? I get it. Okay. But you got to trust the process as well as the timing. Some of you, you've been trying too hard, okay? Maybe not in current energies. I'm not here to suggest that you are, right? You know, general collective message, right? Reading for a handful of people here, to be clear, right? So some of you right now, maybe you do need to have that talk. Like, is that me? Am I doing that right now? Others of you know in the past, when you were in the chaser dynamic, it's talking about, do you love me? How about now? Don't you want to love me? It's Thursday. You feel like loving? Right? Okay, gone are the days. Like, we literally can't even perform that out. All right? Like, seriously. Not on the menu. Okay, and that's okay. Remember, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. So funny because that cycles card came out. I don't have it currently, but that was one we could talk about. When we resist change, collective, we resist the natural flow. There's that word again. Of what? Life. Don't you want to just live, right? You should live and be free, right? And create unnecessary stress? No, we're not doing that. Okay? So, don't create unnecessary stress. And how do you do that? You got to go with the flow, babe. All right? Go with it. You'll be surprised where it leads. Okay? It could lead to this person calling you up. It could lead to this person showing up at your door, at your workplace. Okay? And for some of you, it could lead to you just finding solace in the fact that, you're winning at winning your own life. And that was the goal. That was why this person existed in the form and dare I say, mannerisms. Okay, as painful as they could have been. All right, I get it. On a personal note, okay. But hey, take the catalyst as they come, and take the stepping stones as they come. Honor all aspects of the path and journey. That's also why you're here as well. It's It's not just about, you know, you actioning out your favorite romance novel, Red Room or not, okay? But also be mindful, since we've already talked about it, it's not inclusive of that. So man, you're really winning at this, right? Don't make problems where they don't have to exist. And if and when you should find them, okay, be sure to remember you are the alchemist, okay? You don't have to stay stuck in that, all right? Whether that's connecting to your twin flame here or not, all right? So that's what I have for you guys. The last call for the bell, okay? And if you don't know what that means, please familiarize yourselves quickly, please and thank you, with the live stream rules so that we can get to your free question here, okay? So, Domini, I did answer your question a while back. Gosh, that was probably like an hour ago, I feel like. And you get to ask one question per live stream. That's part of the rules as well. So if you're asking me another question, then it's still the same live stream rules. Okay? Please don't make me work any harder than I already am on here. And I have answered one question for you during the live stream. And hopefully that helped you. Okay? Alright, thank you guys for coming on. No worries. Just, you guys familiarize yourself with the live stream rules so I'm not on here looking like I'm trying to or not trying to play favorites. You guys, I love each and every one of you, alright, equally. Okay, so that means each and every one of you get the same amount of free gifts that your girl has to give, okay, for the live streams. Because it does take a lot of time and energy. And gosh, if you don't know that by now, I don't know. You know. So thank you for understanding. And I think I'm going to get off here because I've been on here. My goodness, it's been almost like 2.5 hours. And eat me when you pay that rent. I need you to just feel like magically good about it. Just put the energy like, you know, this is easy for me. Like, this is what I do. Like, this is, you know, like, this is the vibe, okay? Because as you do that, you guys, as you get grateful for whatever you're able to do, as you're able to do it, the more you're going to be able to do even more, especially regarding finances, to be clear, okay? I believe in each and every one of you and your own capabilities at this. That's why I'm so passionate, okay? Please do not give up, all right? That would be a huge detriment, especially with the current energies. And I know it's not looking good, sounding good, smelling good all the time, okay? But the message stands. That is truth. And please, you guys, gone are the days where you should be questioning if your future is bright, if your future is good, if you are on the good side of karma. If you found this channel and you are part of the actual community, all right, that is born out of this channel, there should be no worry about that. In spite of perhaps, as the biblical scripture references, thousands falling to the left and right of you, okay? I'm not trying to be callous here. I'm very mindful of the current climate that we're in. But the message stands. How about that? Right? Who am I to get around it? It just is what it is, you guys. You're that blessed. Alright? You are that loved and that protected. And you can rest assured that that's the truth, okay? I can't tell you that the world's going to look pretty and that everybody's safe. But the message here for my collective stands. Okay? I'll have a light, Kazay. Well, if you're being cheated on and you're connecting with somebody still, You are perhaps asking to take on their karma, right? But really, as far as karma is concerned, your main focus here should be walking away from that energy, regardless of what other energies they're walking into. All right? Because you on your own can do so much better, but you would have to actually keep your mental space in awareness of that, right? So that you remain passionate enough to get through the transition that it would take. All right? I know that it's not necessarily an overnight process to just detach like that. Maybe you've got finances, maybe you've got possessions together, maybe you've got children. But in spite of all of that, you can make positive change and you can walk away. And when you do, the divine just wants you to know it will be worth it, okay? When you do, even if this is just calling your energy back, no longer focusing on what this person is or isn't doing, or if this is something more finite in the sense of removing, right, your stuff from like their stuff and going your separate ways, you will be well rewarded for that, okay? But to stick around and not protect yourself, even energetically, let alone perhaps more, okay, wouldn't really be the most loving choice that you could choose to make towards yourself. And the detriment about that goes even kind of deeper, where if you're of a mindset where you won't be the protector of yourself, your energy, your heart, your finances, your physicality, etc., then who should ever be that one? And that's a no-go zone, because you exist, you got you. You know what I mean? Because you exist, the divine got you. Now, you are powerful enough, though, because you are amazing, okay, to actually believe in an opposite trajectory of what the divine's asking you to set yourself up for, which is not the high vibe path. It's not as pleasurable, and it's unworthy of you, okay? So you should definitely be aiming for the higher vibe outcome, all right, in spite of this person's existence, in spite of whatever assets, children perhaps that you may have together, okay? Sticking around with somebody that you know is cheating on you is not healthy, okay? Um, let me just see here. And this is confirmation that that really is, you know, if you're saying, well, I'm just going off of intuition, I just think he's cheating. No, you're being asked to utilize your strength, okay? Because I get it. This is a soulmate of yours. But the message stands, babe. You know, but it's a great message in the end, okay? You just got to believe to achieve and receive that, okay? All right, so hopefully that made sense, okay? All right, you stay safe. What do I pray, let me see here about Rishu, okay? Let's see. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna be in June. I mean, I said June. I don't think it's gonna be in July. All right, this is what's at the bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups, right, which speaks to a level of disappointment. What's really going on is this person is looking to really make a very concerted decision, like a very, like, could you imagine if somebody called you on the phone and then, like, didn't really know what they wanted to say? How it might be misconstrued as perhaps some sort of tactic to be manipulative, or the next person might feel like, well, this is aggressive, why are you calling, like, you know, or this is offensive, why are you calling when you don't, so what, you have nothing to say to me, kind of thing, right? So this person really wants to, maybe they're like normally more logic-minded, perhaps. They could be an air sign even, which normally air and logic don't, but air and rules kind of goes hand in hand. Maybe this person is more like they only want to make action when they're like really standing on business with their mindset actually being made up. Okay, this person does have love for you, right? Emotions for you. This could be what makes them feel ungrounded, okay? But long story short here, honey bun, I think the issue is the month, not really like them ever calling again. But I don't know that it's going to be inside of the frame of the month of July, as you've asked, okay? Because I just get this person really just trying to kind of sit with themselves almost to figure out like, or even with their spiritual guidance team with the cups coming out, right? But Spirit's saying sooner rather than later, okay? So with this being the 10, right? Like, I'm not getting um, October, but it could be like August 10th kind of thing. Could be like if you have like a particular date, like let's say it was like, okay, they said probably by the 22nd that they would call, right? Could be 10 days after that. That's what I'm getting off of the 10 card, but sooner rather than later. And really, you're being guided here to just heal whatever, if you know that this person's triggering abandonment issues, right? Go on ahead and heal it up, because if you think that this person coming back in is going to be what solves any abandonment issues perhaps that you may find, right? You got another thing coming, because they'll just sit there in your face and trigger them instead of being away from you, right? And if you're sitting there thinking, well, that's the better option, you really do have some growing to do, honey bun, because think about what you're saying there. You're like glossing over the need to heal the abandonment for you, which this person can't even do anyways. And so unless and until you kind of focus on those type of things, this person or anyone truly meant for you, like 1,010%, like who cares if it's actually happening to be this person or not, they're not able to, because you're not making the room for them to actually be able to come in and then, well, hold on, to come in and then actually love you, actually befriend you, actually be your companion in the ways that you deserve, because the universe is waiting on you to do it first. Not because you have to do it for the rest of your life, but because once you know how to do it, you can better gauge, is this person doing that for me the way I know I deserve, because I do it for me, kind of thing, right? The way that I do it for me and I do for my partner, kind of thing, but never I do for my partner and then try to do for me, because that doesn't really work so well when you got somebody else not giving you what you bring. See what I mean? So hopefully that made sense. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm tired. um, Yay, victory lap! I love that, Amy. Good job, babe. So proud of you guys. You guys, we've all come so far. Such a long, long way. You guys, I challenge yourself. Excuse me. Oh, love like God's daughter. I challenge yourselves to go back and look at some of those old Facebook posts, some of those old phones, old videos, I'm sorry, old pictures and old videos in your phones, just to see how you've changed over the years, like for the better, okay? How you do shine from the inside out, especially now, you guys, all right? New earth energy, you're going to see it, and keep going. All right, you guys, don't stop learning, because the more you learn, right, as they say, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you grow, the more you glow. Okay, it's all connected, and you've got free reign and ability to choose to continue at this. Okay, I believe in you guys, like every day of the week, every time I come on here. All right, no matter what we're talking about, no matter what you guys are facing. All right, so to be clear, I'm rooting for you guys because I believe in you, not because it's something to do. Like, it's my truth, all right? I wouldn't come on here and impart wisdom into you guys, and then the whole time I'm going, they can't get it. They're never going to get it. No, it's never that. I'm like, get it now. Because I don't want you to waste any time at getting what you are here very much and unapologetically, as you should, to get. All right? So please, no more second guessing. Will my future be bright? Call it as it is now. It is bright. How are you walking around like sunshine wondering, is my future bright? You are bright. You are the future. Now what? I love you guys. All right. And thank you for being here. It doesn't work at all without you. I'm not mindful of that. Keep going. We got this. All right. We so got this. Watch. Seriously. Mark my words. All right, you guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna go rest. It's been a few hours on here, you guys, and hopefully I did give you the clarity you were looking for. I really do, truthfully, wholeheartedly hope that the messages resonated with you all. And thank you for utilizing your intuition. Trust it. It trumps any reading, any reader, okay? Myself included, you guys. All right? Much love and light to you. I love you all so, so much. All right? Rest well.